It is a perfect day for potting up seedlings. Stick around so I have someone to talk to while I'm working. Welcome back to Hummingbird Hill. I'm Amy and I've got my Saturday hair on, I have got my squishy socks on my feet, and I am ready to stay inside all cozy and warm because it is cold, wet, and rainy outside. So I will not be doing any work in the garden today. I hope I can get out there tomorrow because it has been raining a ton and I need to see how bad the flooding is. If you can see in the background, the chickens are walking by. There's a nice view out there of some projects. In any case, I also feel like these two chairs are making me look like I have like one of those queen cape things on. You are my minions. You shall watch all of my YouTube videos. Does that work? I don't think so. In any case, it's just the front room where I use, which I use as a place for my seedlings. There's a lot of sun in there all throughout the day, and it's a good place to have these little things growing. And today I obviously need to get them into the next size pots. They are growing beautifully. So it is a lot more fun to have people around to talk and work with. So I'm really glad you're here. I hope you'll stick around because I'm not really sure how to do the things while I talk about the things and film the things all at the same time. So this could be a giant disaster and a big mess. I hope it's not. But we'll see, and I can always edit things out, right? If I were a good editor, that would totally work. In any case, I've got my seedlings. I've got a marker. I have got enough garden markers so that I can mark every single pot, because I made the mistake last summer of, when I potted up my brassicas, just marking one of the individual pots for each row, which was great as long as the seedlings were in my front room getting sun and getting bigger. However, when I took them out to the garden in September to put them in, I flipped the whole tray around and everything got all discombobulated. So I will be marking every single pot, and these are just slightly thicker paper. They have a little bit of a coating on them, but they are not plastic, so these I'm going to try out and see how they work. I have got some long tweezers if I need them. They don't have a pointy end, so they should be really nice and gentle on the seedlings. And one of my favorite tools when I'm working with seeds or seedlings is just a chopstick. So there you go. I also have a giant bowl of dirt, which will not be enough for all of them, but it's a start. I have my garden gloves, which I need to wear even though I don't like to, because my hands are super rough and red and like flaky this winter. It has just been terrible. And I have some next size up, about this size, little pots that are just recycled from the year before that I'm going to be moving my tomatoes into. I'm not sure I have enough of those, so I may have to go out and grab some more pots, but we'll see what happens. So, like I said, I have not done this whole filming and doing stuff at the same time, so let's see what happens. In any case, let me adjust the camera and I will be back with you in just a moment. So the first thing I need to do is write a whole bunch of labels. That I told you it was raining and storming out. That is why I am inside. Now I'm gonna get back to writing those labels. I got all my messy labels written, and since I'm the only one who has to read them, that's no big deal. It is raining like crazy here, and the animals are all running for cover. The chickens are hiding in the coop, which I actually need to go close soon, so I should get a move on. And my light is a little, at this point, gone. So much for natural lighting. In any case, the overhead light is on, and I hope I am not too fuzzy. And since it's starting to get dark, you can see in the background the light from the grow lights makes the whole front room purple at night. I feel like I'm living in a dance hall, and it's not something I'm really mad at. In any case, I'm gonna get started with the messy bit of transplanting my seedlings, getting them into their next pots. So stick around. Hold on a second. I think there's a rainbow somewhere. Let me go look. Well, I didn't find a rainbow, but the view outside the kitchen window was gorgeous, so I took a picture. I'll show that to you. But I gotta get back to potting. Hold on. Okay, I'm almost done. I have 3 more tomato plants to transplant, and it has been a long afternoon. I had to run out and check on the donkeys, tuck the chickens in, grab the eggs, go get some more pots because I didn't have enough of those. The second set I have were some that were given to me by a local nursery, so I was recycling those, and they're an organic nursery, so that was awesome. I also had to grab some more potting soil and obviously fill my bowl a lot. I'm gonna take a chance right now and just go through step by step what I'm doing with my tomatoes, because tomatoes are a little different to transplant than some other seeds. And the first time that I grew and transplanted tomatoes inside, I was afraid that I was gonna kill them with what I did, but it worked out great, and that is what I'm doing again today. So I will talk you through that real quick step by step, and this will actually be shown probably at the beginning of the video. So right after I'm done with this, get ready for a really long sped up montage of tomato planting. In any case, hold on just a second and I'll get back into the dirt. Okay, I am down to my last 3 plants to transplant. And tomatoes are super tough. So really, this is just a basic seedling mix. It is the black gold, it's Almery rated. And I have been, so those long pauses when I take the bowl away after I fill it up, I have actually been microwaving the seedling mix. Gary over on the Rested Farm, the Rested Garden, and I haven't watched a lot of his stuff, but he is just really charming to watch. And I happened to catch a video that he made about transplanting seedlings, and he said that with peat moss involved, it's really good to microwave or use boiling water because there are some gnats that can get involved. And I've never tried that before, but I just saw Jessica over on Roots and Refuge, and she also mentioned that same video, and so I thought, well, you know what? If Jessica is talking about it and Gary's talking about it, I'm gonna give it a try. So I was microwaving the seedling mix just because I didn't want to use wet mix when I'm putting in the tender little seedlings because that can be really rough on them. Tomatoes are super hardy, so basically I'm separating each one if they are in a pot with more than one start, and I put a little of the dirt in the bottom. And this is a tiny Tim, so it's a very tiny plant still, but it is ready to transplant. They're all getting more than ready, which is why I had to do this weekend. You know, and it seemed like a great time to try not making a total mess. I've made a fairly decent sized mess, but not a massive mess in the house. So I am actually putting each seedling in all the way almost to the top of where the leaves split off, because tomatoes, and I should have showed you in that, and I'll bring another one over here. Tomatoes have these really fine little hairy stems, and each of those little hairy bits along the stem will actually root and turn into roots. And so when you are potting up seedlings, mine had gotten a little leggy. Some of them, as you saw, were about this tall, which is really, really tall for a small tomato seedling, and they were getting a little spindly. So by taking them and putting them down deeper into the soil, they're going to have all of that area that can now develop stronger roots. So when I transplant them out in the garden, they are going to be a lot tougher. I'm actually going to have to pot them up probably at least one more time into a bigger pot than this. We'll see how the weather goes. So that is that. And so that's really simple. That's all you do. You bury them nice and deep. You pat down the soil because you want to make sure there aren't any air pockets down there. And like I said, there you go. Very simple. And I'm labeling each one so that I do not forget which is which. And so if I do happen to give some away or sell some on, I know which kind they are. So I only have 2 more plants left to go. I'm gonna get those done, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about what I do next to wrap everything up. So much for the gloves. As you can see, the tomatoes are happily installed in my growing setup. I have this baker's rack that I got for about $20 at a garage sale, and it's great because the shelves are all adjustable, and my grow lights are ever so professionally installed with zip ties. So those are easy to move as well. Right now I have just watered all of the seedlings in the trays. I've poured about a 1/4 inch of water in, and I'm gonna let that sit there for about half an hour to 45 minutes. If there's no water left, that is awesome. And if the tops are damp at that point, I won't have to add any more water. But if the tops are not a darker brown and damp, I'm gonna add some more water, let them sit again, and then if I need to dump any of the water out after about another half an hour, 45 minutes, I will take care of that. So those are all happily installed in my new disco room. Okay, I'm not gonna do that because really, Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon and now evening. I have gotten a lot accomplished and I really appreciate you hanging out because it's so much more fun to get work done when there are people that you care about around. So please leave a comment below and let me know what you're growing in your garden. Have you already started your seeds? Are there tomatoes you're super excited about that I am not growing? Maybe I haven't tried them. Maybe I want to try them. You should tell me, though I'm not sure that I really need to buy any more seeds right now. I still want to know, just in case. A girl can never have too many tomato seeds. So please click that subscribe button so that you can be a part of my journey in the garden, and I hope that you will come back again so we can do a little bit more growing together.